The trailer for the next set of Pokemon Pocket just got leaked online. We do only have the Korean version, but we're still going to be breaking it down according to this one post that I found on Reddit from someone who translated the whole thing before it got taken down. Before we jump into this, if y'all are new here, make sure y'all are subscribed to the channel because I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I can't really do that without your support, so if you don't mind, I'd really appreciate it if you would sub. With that out of the way, let's jump right into these new cards. I will be linking this entire Reddit post in the description and in the pinned comment if you guys want to read this for yourself. And shout out to this guy who did end up translating all of the pictures here. I tried to get my own footage of this, but I'm not going to lie. This trailer dropped while I was at work, and literally it was only up for like a couple minutes or so. And then by the time I looked at it again, it was already taken down. So thankfully we have someone who's able to save all of it. But yeah, anyways, let's jump right into these cards. So the first thing that we saw was this new Mantyke card. It looks like it's 30 HP with a 0 energy cost. Crashing Toss, take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your benched basic Pokemon. So I was wondering if this was going to happen. We're basically getting Magby and Pichu in water form, which is not good. I'm not going to lie. We might be cooked. I don't like that at all. We have two cards here in this next shot. First, we have a new supporter card, a Traveling Peddler. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and put all Pokemon tools you find there into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So that's actually really crazy. That's going to be great for cards if you know, maybe you have an attack that requires a Pokemon tool like Skarmory or someone like that. The supporter is going to be really necessary in decks like that. I think that's actually going to be really banger. This next card actually seems like it's supposed to be paired with the supporter card because up next we have a 130 HP Slowking card with a 1 water energy attack. It's called Careless Throwaway. It does 50 damage with a multiplier. So you can discard up to 2 Pokemon tools in your hand, and this attack does 50 damage times the number of cards that you discarded in this way. Okay, that's very interesting. So basically, Slowking can do 100 damage for 1 energy if you discard 2 Pokemon tools. So if you just spam a bunch of Pokemon tools, then I guess you can make Slowking viable, but otherwise, it kind of is useless after you run out of Pokemon tools to discard. We actually do have Latios and Latias in this trailer. So first we have Latias shown here. Latias is going to be 90 HP with a 1 energy retreat cost, and it's going to have a 1 energy attack that does 20 damage, but if Latios is on your bench, then the attack does 20 more damage. It looks like he didn't get the screenshot for Latios, but I scrolled down to get that one. So Latios is 110 HP, and it has an ability Infinite Float. If Latios is on your bench, then it actually has no retreat cost. Otherwise, it normally has a retreat cost of 2. And then it has a 3 Psychic Energy attack, Luster Purge, that does 120 damage, and you discard all energy attached to the Pokemon. I'm pretty excited for some Latios Latias energy. I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm always down for duo mechanics like this, so we'll have to see if anyone ends up making a deck like that. Up next, we have Phanphy and Stunfisk. Now, I want to look at this Phanphy card first because it actually looks very interesting. The Phanphy is 70 health and it has a 1 fighting energy attack called Struggle. The attack does damage equal to the damage this Pokemon has on it. So if you're leading with Phanphy into like a Donphan EX, but you're breaking hard and you're not pulling the cards that you need, then you can actually just turn around and deal all that damage back to your opponent when you attack. So basically, if Phanphy doesn't get one shot, it could actually be a little bit problematic for your opponents. And then there's nothing special about this Stunfisk card, it's just a 50 damage to energy attack with 90 health. Up next we have our first EX card of this set. It's going to be Raikou EX, who has 130 health. It has the ability Legendary Beat. At the end of your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you draw a card. No way. You just draw a card for free? And that has a 2 lightning energy, voltage bullet, 60 damage. This attack also does 10 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So not only that, but you can also set up easy Cyrus plays if you have Raikou in your deck. Oh my god. And then it has the retreat cost of 2, but I don't think I really care about that. I'm not gonna lie. So this card just draws for free, which is diabolical. That's actually very scary. Up next we have Entei, and okay, wait, Entei has the same ability. So they all draw cards for free, and then Entei's attack is 60 damage, but if it has 2 extra fire energy attached, then it does 60 more damage. So it's a little bit different than Raikou's. So now I want to see what Suicune's is. Same thing, if it's in the active spot, you draw a card. It does 2 energy, it does 20 damage, but it does 20 times the amount of both players' benched Pokemon. Okay, that's pretty banger. So if both you and your opponent have a full bench, you're doing 160 damage. And even if not, if you have a full bench, you're doing a guaranteed 100 because your opponent obviously has to have 1 Pokemon on their side as well. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. It's benched Pokemon only. So you're doing 120 damage based on all of the benched Pokemon. And then if you have a full bench, then you could be doing 60, and then if your opponent has one as well, then it goes up to 120. We'll have to make sure that this is benched Pokemon and not like Pokemon in play when the actual English translation comes out, but I'm pretty sure that's what they meant to say. Either way, all three of these EX dog cards look very scary, I'm not gonna lie. Just being able to draw cards for free is kind of diabolical. They also showed a full art Milotic in this, and the thing that really sticks out about this card is its ability Healing Wave. When you play a Milotic from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you can heal 60 damage from one of your water Pokemon, which is really banger, and then it has a 2 energy attack that does 60 damage with a retreat cost of 2. But that ability is going to be really good, especially like in a Primarina deck or something like that. Milotic would be a fantastic support card, or just for any water deck in general. That's going to be all for this video so far. We don't have any other cards that got leaked yet, so when the English trailer does drop, I will be leaving it in the description as well, because I'm sure it's going to drop in the near future, not too long after I post it. I just kind of wanted to get a little bit of an early head start with the leaks that we did have from that Korean trailer. So shout out to whoever the intern is that uploaded that Korean version earlier than they were supposed to. They obviously were throwing, but we got to see a lot of the new cards out of it, so I love you to whoever that person is. But other than that, let me know what cards you're most excited for in this set, and if you think we're going to be getting a bunch of other EX cards besides just the dogs, because I know there's still a lot of Johto Pokemon that could get some love who are very popular. I wouldn't be surprised if we get maybe a Tyranitar EX. I think he's kind of due for one. But yeah, other than that, that's all I got for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.